Have you ever wondered how it makes you feel if all the people in the nation call you ugly? Today, let us dig deep into a captivating story of a princess in Japan where she lives in a world where old customs and new dreams clash. She tries to balance being royal and being herself. Her story is full of tough times and how she keeps going, even when people judge her. Come with us as we learn more about Princess Aiko's life. Princess Aiko was born into a rich family with lots of servants and anything she wanted. But people said mean things about how she looked, calling her the ugliest princess because her eyes were squinty, her face was chubby, and her teeth weren't straight. But before that, let us have a quick review of Princess Aiko's family history. Let's dive in. The Japanese deeply honor their monarchy, which has lasted for over 2,000 years. However, nowadays, the emperor in Japan doesn't hold much power. Instead, they uphold traditions. Akihito, the 125th emperor of Japan, ruled the country for 3 decades. In 2019, his eldest son, Naruhito, took over as the new emperor. People had been eagerly awaiting the birth of a boy to Naruhito and his wife Masako, as their son would be next in line to the throne. However, there was disappointment because Masako couldn't conceive for many years. Finally, after much anticipation, Masako gave birth to a girl named Princess Aiko, which means child of love. Despite this, her parents adored her. Growing up, she received a lot of care and attention, but the royal family began to ponder what this might mean for the future. At that time, none of Emperor Akihito's children had sons who could inherit the throne. It's crucial to understand that in Japan, only males can inherit the imperial throne. This led the royal family to engage in serious discussions. Some members of the family proposed a change in the succession rules. They considered allowing females in the family to also inherit the throne. If this proposal were accepted, Princess Aiko could potentially become the empress. In 2006, something different happened. The emperor's youngest son, Akihito, had a baby boy named Hisashiro. Hisashiro is now 16 years old and will become the ruler later on. This means Princess Aiko probably wouldn't get to be the ruler. That's why her parents wanted her to have a normal childhood. Aiko started going to a fancy school in Tokyo when she was 7 years old. Even though she was a princess, she dealt with the same problems as other kids. When she became a teenager, she didn't look as nice as before. Her face and body were chubby, and she wore simple clothes. She also had a crooked tooth, and people teased her, calling her the ugliest princess. But things got better later. Aiko grew taller, fixed her crooked tooth, and showed her smart and caring side. Aiko got bullied online because of how she looked, which upset people in Japan. This made her want to change herself. She felt pressured by mean comments online, so she started exercising and dieting. In a year, she lost 20 pounds, but she also struggled with anorexia, which is when someone eats too little. Doctors noticed that Aiko became more sensitive as she got older, maybe because her mom was sad all the time. But nobody knows why her mom felt that way. When Aiko was a young girl, some people in the news thought she might have autism. Autism can make it hard to talk and socialize with others. They thought this because Aiko didn't show her feelings much and rarely smiled around people. But there wasn't any real proof of these ideas. Since she was little, Princess Aiko felt lonely. She loves animals the most and finds joy in playing the piano and violin. She's also good at writing and making up stories. When she was younger, she liked sports and was a cheerleader. At 17, she went on her first solo trip to Eton College. People close to the royal family say that Aiko helps her mom, Masako, with her feelings as she becomes the empress. In February 2020, she started studying at Gakushuin University. She wants to learn about the Japanese language and literature there. Since she was 16 years old, Aiko has been joining her parents in public appearances. When she was a kid, she couldn't attend her dance special events. When she turned 20 in 2021, she began taking part in formal ceremonies. The emperor gave her an award called the Grand Cordon of the Order of the Precious Crown. In 2020, she went to the New Year celebration at the Imperial Palace. This was her first big public event as an active member of the royal family. In March 2022, Princess Aiko held her first press conference. She talked about her life, family, and what's happening in the world. She also mentioned her cousin Aiko Komoro, who got married in 2021 and left the royal family. Aiko said she's grateful for Mako and wishes her happiness. When asked about marriage, Aiko said she's in her second year of university, focusing on Japanese literature. She doesn't have a clear plan for what comes next. Princess Aiko might have a similar future to her cousin Mako. Let me explain why. In the royal family, a man can marry someone who isn't royal. A woman can also marry someone who isn't royal, but she has to leave the royal family and give up all the special things she has. No matter what Princess Aiko decides, it's going to be tough for her. It's unlikely she'll find a prince to marry from the royal group because there aren't many noble men in Japan. If she marries someone who isn't royal, she'll have to leave the palace and live a normal life. But if she stays in the royal family, she might always feel lonely. But in the Japanese royal family, more and more women are choosing to marry regular guys. For example, her aunt, Princess Sayako Kuroda, married an office worker 17 years ago. She had to learn to drive and shop by herself, but she's happy and doesn't regret her decision. Choosing love over titles seems to make people happier, don't you think? Also, Princess Aiko has said it's tough for her to do all the emperor's duties. The only child of Emperor Naruhito has mentioned that the traditional ceremonies in the royal family make her feel really nervous. Surveys show that almost 80% of Japanese people agree that women should be able to become emperors too. But some people want to keep things the way they've always been in the royal family. Princess Aiko's journey is one of resilience, self-discovery, and navigating the complexities of royal life. Despite facing challenges regarding her role and future within the imperial family, she remains determined to carve her own path. Whether she chooses love over tradition or embraces her royal responsibilities, Princess Aiko's story reflects the ongoing evolution of Japan's monarchy and the pursuit of happiness amid centuries-old customs. As she continues to pursue her course, Princess Aiko embodies the timeless struggle between tradition and modernity, illustrating the universal quest for fulfillment and acceptance in a changing world. Thank you for joining us on this remarkable journey in the world of luxury. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more videos like this. Until we meet again, may your path be filled with joy, fulfillment, and endless possibilities.